Have you ever walked into a place for the very first time, yet suddenly felt as if you had been there before? Every detail around you seems strangely familiar. The people, the sounds, the atmosphere. It all feels like a memory you cannot quite place. For a few seconds, you become completely convinced that this exact moment has happened before. Some people believe it is a sign from the universe, while others think it may be connected to past lives. But what if the truth is far more fascinating? What if this mysterious feeling is actually caused by the incredible way our brain works? Today, we are going to uncover the science behind one of the strangest experiences of a human mind, déjà vu. What is déjà vu? The term déjà vu comes from the French language and means already seen. It is a psychological phenomenon in which a completely new experience feels oddly familiar. Even though you have never been in that situation before, your brain creates a powerful feeling that you have already lived through that exact moment. Studies suggest that nearly 70% of people experience déjà vu at least once in their lives. The feeling usually lasts only a few seconds, but during those moments, it feels incredibly real. So why does our brain create this illusion? Scientists have spent decades trying to answer that question. How common is déjà vu? Research shows that déjà vu is most common among teenagers and young adults, especially between the ages of 15 and 25. Scientists believe that younger brains process information more actively, which may increase the chances of experiencing this phenomenon. Interestingly, people who travel frequently, learn new things, and have vivid imaginations often report déjà vu more often than others. As people grow older, the frequency of these experiences tends to decrease. But regardless of age, déjà vu remains one of the most mysterious and fascinating experiences known to psychology. Dual processing theory. One of the most popular scientific explanations for déjà vu is called the dual processing theory. According to this theory, the brain processes information through multiple pathways at the same time. Under normal circumstances, these pathways work together perfectly. However, if there is even a tiny delay between them, the brain can become confused. Information may be processed by one pathway slightly earlier than the other. As a result, when the second pathway receives the information, it mistakenly treats it as a memory rather than a new experience. The brain glitch. Imagine your brain as a highly advanced computer. If two programs access the same file at slightly different times, a glitch can occur. Something similar may happen inside your brain. A new experience is briefly stored before your conscious mind fully recognizes it. When your awareness catches up, the brain interprets the experience as something it has already encountered. This creates the strange sensation that the present moment is actually a memory. In reality, it is simply a tiny timing error in one of the most complex systems in the universe. Hologram theory. Another explanation is known as the hologram theory. This theory suggests that our memories are not stored as complete recordings. Instead, the brain stores small fragments of information such as colors, sounds, smells, shapes, and emotions. When we encounter something new that contains one of these familiar fragments, the brain instantly recognizes it. Even if we cannot consciously remember the original memory, our brain still detects the similarity, creating a powerful feeling of familiarity. Restaurant example. Imagine walking into a restaurant you have never visited before. The furniture, the lighting, or even the pattern on the walls may resemble something from your childhood. Although you cannot remember exactly where you saw it before, your brain recognizes the familiar elements. Because the brain cannot immediately identify the original source of the memory, it applies that feeling of familiarity to the entire environment. As a result, the new restaurant feels strangely familiar, creating the sensation of déjà vu. Divided attention theory. The divided attention theory offers another fascinating explanation. According to this theory, your brain is constantly recording information from the environment, even when you're not paying attention. While your conscious mind focuses on one task, your subconscious mind quietly observes and stores details in the background. Later, when you consciously notice those details, they may feel familiar because your brain has already processed them without your awareness. Hotel lobby example. Imagine entering a hotel lobby while looking at your phone. At that moment, your attention is focused entirely on the screen. However, your subconscious mind is still collecting information about the lobby's design, colors, and layout. A few minutes later, when you finally look around, everything feels strangely familiar. You may believe you're experiencing déjà vu, but in reality, your brain simply recorded the environment moments earlier without your conscious awareness. The VR experiment. Psychologist Dr. and Cleary conducted fascinating virtual reality experiments to study déjà vu. Participants were shown different virtual environments and later placed in new locations with similar layouts. Even though the environments were completely different, many participants reported strong feelings of déjà vu. The research suggested that our brains can recognize spatial patterns and structures without us realizing it. This discovery provided important evidence that familiarity with a layout alone can trigger the feeling of déjà vu. The future prediction illusion. Many people claim that during déjà vu, they somehow know what will happen next. It can feel as though the future is unfolding exactly as expected. However, scientific experiments tell a different story. Researchers found that while participants felt extremely confident in their predictions, their actual accuracy was no better than random guessing. This suggests that déjà vu does not allow us to predict the future. Instead, it creates a false sense of certainty that tricks us into believing we know what comes next. Chronic déjà vu. For most people, déjà vu is completely normal and harmless. However, some individuals experience it many times a day. This condition is known as chronic déjà vu. In certain cases, it can be associated with neurological conditions, such as temporal lobe epilepsy or other brain disorders. People with chronic déjà vu may feel as though nearly every experience has happened before. When this occurs frequently, medical evaluation may be necessary. Conclusion. After decades of research, scientists now believe that déjà vu is not a supernatural event, but rather a fascinating byproduct of how the brain processes information. Whether it is caused by timing mismatches, memory fragments, or subconscious observation, déjà vu reveals just how complex and remarkable the human mind truly is. Although we understand more about it today than ever before, it still remains one of psychology's most intriguing mysteries. Final outro, extended version. So, the next time you experience déjà vu, don't be scared and don't think that something supernatural is happening. Instead, remember that you are witnessing one of the most fascinating tricks of the human brain. A tiny moment that feels mysterious is actually a reminder of how powerful, complex, and incredible our minds truly are. Even today, scientists continue to study déjà vu, and although we have discovered many possible explanations, there are still questions waiting to be answered. That's what makes psychology so exciting. Every day, researchers uncover new secrets about the human brain, memory, emotions, and behavior. If you enjoyed learning about the psychology behind déjà vu, then you're going to love the amazing content we share on this channel. Here at Health Life Effect, we explore fascinating facts about psychology, mental health, the human brain, human behavior, and the hidden science behind everyday experiences. So make sure to subscribe to Health Life Effect, turn on the notification bell, and never miss our upcoming videos. Also, don't forget to like this video and share it with your friends and family. You never know who might have experienced déjà vu and wondered what it really means. Thank you so much for watching and being part of the Health Life Effect community. Stay curious, stay healthy, keep learning, and remember, the greatest mystery you will ever explore is the human mind itself. See you in the next video on Health Life Effect. Studio microphone sparkles.